fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained, I'm prepared for the right.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago.
I was hoping I ain't say nobody that had the Ravens tonight.
It was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and
from the gun, it's Jackson being chased out left. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs. They covered well. Allowed for the sacks.
So those were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, Do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. He takes this for 3 to the 29. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 3. First down, Ravens.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it brings up
to throw is Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. But he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
And his top speed, as computed by nextgen stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
I'm about to go home. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line. Here we go, baby.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that? And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Jaron Reed able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And they work this out past the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. Now Jackson on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. J.K. Dobbins, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
DJ Reed on the tackle.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line.
A gain of 14.
Jackson on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
It's a gain of a yard.
Again, Jackson looking for his running back, and he's got him. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. 1st and 10 right at the 20. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. 4th down, here's Jackson. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the 1st down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a 1st down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
Ravens 7, Seahawks 6. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Here's Wilson to throw. And a little floater there is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again, Wilson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing again here, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. David Moore in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. To throw again is Wilson. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. He gives it off to Carson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
3rd and 5.
the gun on 3rd down. Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
At the 42-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Carson, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Play action. It's Wilson.
The pass. Calais Campbell on the stop. A loss of 2. Brings up 3rd and 10.
He's coming. No chance.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. From the gun, it's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It was Matt Judon that time who worked his way in to blow that play up.
The 15-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Wilson on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a two-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30.
Don't worry about it, baby.
All the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 75 yards. And now the Ravens, they're just a point conversion away from tying this up.
But they certainly aren't afraid to dial up the long ball, and fans dig the long ball. And they absolutely needed it, and guess what? They got it. How about that?
And now a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up. And he'll get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is DJ Reed returning. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things is towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. And a lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
It's a big play there for Seattle. 63 yards on the ground. Not sure exactly what he saw that made him decide to hand it off, but a great decision and a fantastic run.
From our vantage point, what he saw was a defense that got out of its lanes, got out of its gaps, and they were pretty much running to the quarterback, viewing him as the bigger threat. And look at that wide open space, and he rumbled for big-time yardage.
And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4.
A gain of 4. It's now
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Wilson connects with Tyler Lockett. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now this will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple.
It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, He thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards, a big play there on fourth. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. He's going deep for Brown. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it. Unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Let's do this.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Through an opening, and there he
you ain't
goes.
got no feet.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Now on the return. Oh, no, the ball is loose. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jackson steps away to his left. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone, and that's exactly what he did there.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They run again with Carson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Now here's Michael Dixon, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. But Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
On the play. Yeah, yeah. That's a flag on the play. Yeah, yeah. Flag on the play. Hold up. That's a flag on the play. Let's go. Touchdown, I just scored a whole bucket. I just dropped the bag on the tag, ain't nothing. Make them throw a flag when I pass, come through stunning. Call me tired, girl, and hit the hole, then I'm running. Get money, you ain't trying to get that second flag on the play. Hating from the sideline, a flag on the play. Like Julio with them Falcons, I just made a play. In the red zone, going strong, watch me shake and bake. Let's go. I just took off with that rock, just like Tyreek Hill. I just count 100 racks, that's a whole field. He don't want no championship, get him out of here. I just got a set, like I run up in the backfield. I just got a set, like I ran up on a quarterback. Shake and bake, make a play just like a quarterback. We ain't worrying about no formers, we ain't staying there. Running off the block, yeah, I'm something like a linebacker. I got juice like a Fanta, how you like it? How you like it? I'm on purple, I'm on yellow, like a Viking. All these plays that I'm catching, I done gone crazy. I do my thing, 6 range, just like Tom Brady. Touchdown, I just scored a whole bucket. I just dropped the bag on the tag, ain't nothing. Make them throw a flag when I pass, come through stunning. Call me tired, girl, and hit the hole, then I'm running. Get money, you ain't trying to get that second flag on the play. Hating from the sideline, a flag on the play. Like Julio with them Falcons, I just made a play. In the red zone, going strong, watch me shake and bake. Let's go. I'm in the field like a panther, I done up the standards. Like Michael Vick in Atlanta when it's time to scramble. Neck full of water, call me Black Bridgewater. Lamar Jackson, how I throw them Ravens cross the border. Hold up. You know I'm a touchdown with the say. Run up the hole like a running back on the play. Intercept the pack like...
The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Buffalo Bills. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. Taken from about the 12. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 28-yard line.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool, 72 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Bills 0. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Here's Singletary. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Third down.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They'll give him a yard on the play, and the Bills will move the chains.
And the Bills' first down.
On first down, Allen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off at the 45. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
To throw again on 2nd down, Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
1st down, Bills.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Bills 0.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And now they'll throw with Allen. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Allen, this one caught by Davis. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
The Steelers take over first.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But it's going to be 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Ready? Ready? Mike, 49. Hey, tight down. There you go. 49 the mark.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bills are going to get the football back. On 1st down, they'll start out with Singletary. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
34-yard line.
They will run with Singletary. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
And it's 3rd down.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. T.J. Watt picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. First carry for James Conner. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Try to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Now Conner. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Taken down at the 19-yard line.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 33 yards that time.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's not a bad idea, not at all. You've got a bunch of defenders reeling a little bit back on their heels after just giving up a big play. You take another shot and hope to complete it. In this case, though, it falls incomplete.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Uncorks one for Davis. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Completion here to Claypool. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
At the 48-yard.
That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll let this go for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Chase Claypool as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. If there were any concerns about the elbow for Big Ben, I think the evidence there shows us that he's just fine.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Sean Davis that time on the tackle. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. Alex Highsmith. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
2nd down.
On 2nd down now, Singletary. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sean Davis with a pick.
This is too easy right here.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Roethlisberger eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
For Juju Smith-Schuster. It's now 3rd and...
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
4th down and goal.
They'll run for it with Connor, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get him the football back. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
On play action, Allen. And he's able to find Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Bills, nothing.
2nd and 11 now. On play action, Allen. His throw incomplete. It was Minka Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Allen off the play fake. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side.
Oh, that's the way
and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 47 yards, and the Bills cut into that lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 6. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
For 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Quentin Jefferson never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. Past the 20. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Deontay Johnson taking it in. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. It seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. To throw again, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
And 4 yards to go.
Allen to throw once more. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Steven Nelson. 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Ball at the 8 here for second and a yard, maybe a touch less.
And a yard.
Now Roethlisberger. This is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Welcome to the yard. Sick, you'll play as your prototype. Let's get started.